Poor nutrition can cause physical, mental decline in elderly. Nutritionists.
Parents welcome twins from embryos frozen 30 years ago.
Bride stung by one of world's most venomous fish on honeymoon from hell.
779 million Africans lack sanitation services, WHO.
Baby given 1 day to live reaches first birthday.
Girl, 7, hailed a hero after diving into pool to rescue toddler from drowning.
Pregnancy soon after miscarriage, no more risky. Study.
8 glasses of water a day may be too much.
Poor nutrition can cause physical, mental decline in elderly. Nutritionists. Elderly people must consume the right nutrients from their meals, according to nutrition experts, who have warned that malnutrition increases the risk of physical and mental decline in older adults. The nutritionists explained that one of the main causes of elderly people's frequent health complications is poor diet. Poor diet in elderly people may cause weight loss, confusion, dizziness, altered brain functions, and loss of appetite, according to experts. They added that other health risks that poor diet poses for the elderly include weakened immune systems, decreased energy, and chronic illnesses like type 2 diabetes, high blood pressure, heart disease, stroke, and osteoporosis.
Parents welcome twins from embryos frozen 30 years ago. According to the National Embryo Donation Center, Lydia and Timothy Ridgway were born on October 31st from what may be the longest frozen embryos to ever result in a live birth. Molly Gibson, who was born in 2020 from an embryo that had been frozen for nearly 27 years, held the previous record. Molly stole the record from her sister Emma, who was created from a 24-year-old frozen embryo. Although the U.S. Centers for Disease Control and Prevention track success rates and data regarding reproductive technologies, they do not track how long embryos have been frozen. So it's possible that an older frozen embryo was used. However, there is no proof that a live birth from an older embryo has ever occurred. The embryos were created for an anonymous married couple using in vitro fertilization. The husband was in his early 50s, and they used a 34-year-old egg donor. The embryos were frozen on April 22, 1992. They were preserved for nearly 3 decades on tiny straws in liquid nitrogen, at a temperature of almost 200 degrees below zero, in a container resembling a propane tank. The embryos were kept at a fertility lab on the West Coast until 2007, when the couple who created them donated the embryos to the National Embryo Donation Center in Knoxville, Tennessee, in the hopes that they might be used by another couple. That couple was Philip Ridgway and his wife.
Bride stung by one of world's most venomous fish on honeymoon from hell. A couple went through their honeymoon from hell when the new bride was told incorrectly that she did not need to take precautions, and was subsequently stung by one of the world's most venomous fish and rushed to the hospital. Amy Thompson, 27, and Callum Thompson, 37, a newlywed couple, have now opened up about their nightmare before revealing that Amy is still not fully recovered after almost 2 months. Disaster struck while the couple was out snorkeling during their 2-week honeymoon in the idyllic Mauritius in September. Amy remembered being told there was nothing dangerous in the waters below, so she wouldn't need to put on her sea shoes. Amy followed the advice and decided to cool off in the water without shoes, but much to her surprise, she got stung. The 27-year-old recalled feeling extremely ill for the remainder of the trip, after what turned out to be a poisonous sting from a stonefish, one of the most venomous fish in the world. The hairdresser claimed that after an additional hour on the trip, she felt the most intense pain of her life and had to go to the hotel doctor. She was then transported to the hospital, where she spent the night. However, Amy from Lymington, Hampshire, is still looking for a treatment for her pain 8 weeks after the incident.
779 million Africans lack sanitation services, WHO. The World Health Organization Regional Director for Africa, Dr. Matshidiso Moeti, has said that 779 million people in Africa lack basic sanitation services. In commemoration of World Toilet Day in 2022, which has the theme Sanitation and Groundwater, Dr. Moeti made this announcement in a press release, highlighting how the sanitation crisis has an effect on groundwater. Every year on November 19th, the WTD is observed. According to her, access to safely managed drinking water, sanitation services, and good hygiene practices are essential for preserving the public's health. It helps achieve the SDG 6 targets, and is crucial to achieving all other SDGs for sustainable development.
Baby given 1 day to live reaches first birthday. Doctors predicted that Marie Claire Tully's son, Hector, would likely only have a day to live when he was born prematurely at just 23 weeks. His mother was instructed to say her goodbyes because there was very little chance he would live. Hector, however, defied the odds, and today marks the first birthday of Marie Claire's miracle baby. Although the past year has not been easy, his mother claimed it to be the happiest year of her life. He was born with severe complications because of his prematurity, and has since spent 259 nights in the hospital. He has hydrocephalus, which means spinal fluid cannot flow around the body, due to a bleed on his brain. He also has chronic lung disease, retinopathy, a feeding tube and centralized sleep apnea.
Girl, 7, hailed a hero after diving into pool to rescue toddler from drowning. A toddler was saved from drowning by a 7-year-old girl after the toddler fell into a public pool. While on vacation with her parents in Broome, Western Australia's far northwest, Year 2 student Phoebe Van Neal from Perth saw the toddler inadvertently fall into the pool. The young girl was commended for her quick decision-making, because she jumped into the pool without any hesitation, before anyone else realized the toddler was in trouble. Although there were many people in the pool, Phoebe was able to reach the child, lift her out of the water, and make her way back out of the pool, just as others realized the child was in trouble. The toddler was upset, shaken, and crying as she was pulled to safety, but she is reportedly fine after the incident. Phoebe talked about how important learning to swim is. She took years of swimming lessons at a pool in South Perth, leading her to become confident around water, which is something her mother couldn't recommend enough. Phoebe has now says she wants to be a surf lifesaver when she grows up.
Pregnancy soon after miscarriage, no more risky, study. Contrary to popular belief, getting pregnant shortly after having an abortion or miscarriage does not seem to pose additional risks to both the mother and the unborn child, according to researchers who have recently examined real-life data. The World Health Organization, WHO, suggests a gap of at least 6 months. This will give the woman some time to heal. However, a study in PLOS Medicine that examined 72,000 conceptions suggests that couples might safely try sooner for a baby. In other words, if there are no medical complications, women who feel ready to try again right away after a miscarriage should do so. Pregnancy spacing is the subject of ongoing research, according to the WHO, which will help inform any future revisions to the recommendation.
8 glasses of water a day may be too much. According to recent research, the daily recommended 8 glasses of water may be excessive. Researchers from the University of Aberdeen found that the recommended daily intake of 2 liters of water was frequently excessive for most people. People only really need about 1.5 to 1.8 liters of water per day, according to scientists, because about half of what we consume daily comes from food. For your daily global health news, visit www.StayWellWorld.org. Please do well to subscribe, like, share and comment. If you've already subscribed, turn on the notification icon, so you don't miss any update. Thank you for watching.